okay, this is different. Okay, we hadn't selected this one before. Oh yeah, we're back at Noel's place. And we're gonna ask, where are they moving? Where are we moving? Mrs. Cicada repeats the question slowly, looking a little taken aback. Maybe this isn't what she expected me to ask. Yeah, I want to know, so I can still keep in touch with Noel. Oh, I see. I understand. Mrs. Cicada makes her way over to the table, takes a seat once more facing opposite me. I know this action is meant to calm me down, since it's effectively putting us at the same level. However, it does the exact opposite. My overactive imagination kicks in, making me panic. Is this news so shocking that Mrs. Cicada wants to ensure that I'm calm as possible before she tells me it? Why? Can't be moving anywhere that extreme, can they? Not like they're started colonizing Mars yet, right? Well, it hasn't been completely finalized yet. Still a lot of paperwork I need to fill in. Perhaps we'll change our minds later. Or who knows? Maybe this house would get sold. I'll put an end to most of our plans. But everything comes together. My husband and I were hoping to move somewhere quite far away. Quite far away? What does that mean? How far away is quite far? But Mrs. Cicada remains calm. Tells me the shocking news like it is the most natural thing in the world. We want to move to England. Don't know how much time has passed. It's hard to take it in. No, my mouth is open wide, but I don't have enough energy to close it. England. Why England? This isn't Japan. Or that isn't Japan. It's not Japan at all. So far away it might as well be Mars. Mrs. Cicada looks at me sympathetically. The kind of expression a doctor might give a patient after breaking some very unfortunate news. I'm sorry to tell you this so suddenly. It must be a shock to you. Shock? Yeah, just a little. But it isn't so bad. I know you're good friends with Noel, but it's not the end of the world. You'll still be able to exchange letters. Letters? Yeah, I guess. How long does it take for a letter from Japan to arrive in England? I don't know. Never done it before. But, besides, you yourself live so far away now. It's the first time you come back in 2 years. I mean, I only live like a few, towns over, not an entire country away, or like half a world away. Don't think it would make that much difference to your daily life whether Noel was living in Japan or England. Mrs. Cicada is right, of course. It must seem ridiculous to her that I'm making such a big deal about Noel moving. Certainly haven't made all that much of an effort to remain in contact with her. Even so, the fact she's still here in Japan was comforting. Though she was a 7-hour train journey away, it wasn't impossible. I could still go and visit her if I wanted to. But why England? My husband was offered a job there with his company. It's simple enough. That's so far away. Might seem that way to you, but it isn't to me. I was born in England, after all. Of course you was. Should have known. I was known that Lucy isn't a Japanese name. I always know that Noel's mother doesn't look anything like any of the other Japanese women I met. Noel's mother is a tall, striking beauty. Her eyes are pale blue, hair blonde. Doesn't look Japanese at all. I've always known that Noel's mother isn't Japanese, but because I've only interacted with her here, in a small village in Japan, I guess I saw her as anything other than my friend's mother. I never really thought about her as a real human being. Now I feel silly, like a small child. Even though I spent most of my life in Japan, England is still the place where I spent my childhood. Still my home. Mrs. Sakata looks off into the distance as she speaks, eyes misty. In this brief moment, she looks uncannily like her daughter. Although I have enjoyed living here. It's always been my dream to go back. Now that I finally had the chance, I don't want to pass it up. But Noelle doesn't speak any English. I know, realize that she might find it difficult, making such a large transition. Something I worried about. But, might sound selfish, but I only moved here for Noelle's sake. If it wasn't for her, I definitely wouldn't have come here. I don't like it here. I hate small, closed-minded communities like this. People stare at me whenever I go out like I'm some kind of exotic animal. I've had enough of it. I really am sick of living in such a place where I'll constantly be reminded that I don't belong. It gets very tiring. I want to reply, but I have no idea what to say. There are no words. How could I ever hope to relate to Mrs. Sakata and her problems when I've never faced anything like that before in my life? Still, look at me, talking about myself so much. Oh, and that was it for that scene. We're gonna skip forward to some more. Okay, we're doing a little bit different here. We're gonna actually stand and watch her be a bit of a creep. I feel distinctly awkward hanging around here like an unwelcome intruder. I think Noelle is far focused on her sketching. Don't want to distract her. Patiently try to tell myself that I'm not being creepy. Not like I'm stalking her. I'm just trying to be courteous. Not doing anything wrong, right? I mean, it could be worse. We could do a lot worse to her. I mean, after all, she's killed us so many times already. I wonder what she's drawing. Her expression looks pretty intense, even more than usual. Seen Noelle draw still life pictures before? Even though she does take that quite seriously, posture is never usually this rigid, or her eyes so focused. Then, probably, she isn't drawing a still life at all. Instead, it must be something alive. Something that can move around, so something that requires a great amount of concentration to draw. Going to look around out of curiosity, searching for the subject of Noelle's latest piece. It's a white rabbit, slightly obscured by foliage, sitting in the grass. His eyes are alert, his head moving this way and that as it surveys its surroundings. How long has Noelle been sketching it? Pretty impressive that she's been able to remain so still and silent, not to frighten it away. I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, I wouldn't be able to do it. A few minutes pass. Don't know how many. Noelle keeps on sketching, pencil skirting across the open page of her sketchbook as she glances up and down. However, a small moment of tranquility can't last forever. Moments never can. Rabbit suddenly raises its head. Ears alert. Maybe it's heard something. Something I can't hear, but it can. Must be a reason for those long ears. Finally, the rabbit bounds away, disappearing off into the foliage. Blends in with its surroundings completely. And in a matter of seconds, vanishes. Almost as though it never was there at all. Take this as my cue to make my presence known. Hey there. Noelle doesn't seem surprised by my sudden appearance at all. Then she lifts her head, giving me a wave. Contrast between this Noelle and the one from before, focused intently on her drawing, is so vast they almost seem like two different people. Hello, Ak-chan. Yeah, hello. I paused, trying to think of something clever to say. So, were you drawing? Wait, that wasn't clever at all. Of course I knew she was drawing. I saw her doing it. Such a pointless question. Like asking if the sky is blue. At least Noelle doesn't seem to mind. Yes, I was drawing. The rabbit? Mo nods. It was a very cute rabbit. Yeah, it was. Not that I know so much about rabbits. It all looked cute to me. This one was particularly cute. She had nice eyes. You could tell it had nice eyes from that distance. And she could also tell the rabbit was a she. Girl really is something. Yes, they were very intelligent eyes. Noah takes hold of her sketchbook in both hands, turning it over this way and that, shifting it around at different angles. At the same time, she tilts her head. What's she looking for? Maybe she's hoping if she stares at a picture in a certain way, she'll discover that it wasn't there before, like one of them magic eye images. It's no good. But I guess Noah can't find what she wants in her picture after all. Besides, she closes her sketchbook and sets it down by her side. You don't like it? No sigh. Did you make a mistake? Not really. It was just beyond my abilities, I suppose. I wanted to capture something special. Can I take a look? Well, it isn't finished. I don't know. Sure, it'll be fine. If you're sure, then it's not very good though, so don't expect too much. Take a seat next to Noel, crossing my legs. Then reach out for the discarded sketchbook. When I flip it open, my eyes widen in surprise. I always knew Noelle was good at drawing, but I never knew she was this good. Must have improved during these last 2 years. It looks almost identical to the one I saw sitting by the tree. Everything from its twitchy little nose to its alert eyes are exactly the same. Those lines are bold and strong, in stark contrast to her personality. It's clear a lot of dedication and passion went into creating this picture. This really is amazing, and yet, Noah said she didn't like it? Finally, I set the sketchbook down in my lap. Why don't you like it? It's really good. You might think that, but I don't. Art is subjective. But this is objectively a good picture, isn't it? I don't think so. I pause. I don't know. I don't like the eyes. Look too lifeless. Well, it is a drawing. I know, but I want it to be more than that somehow. Maybe... And yet, despite Noah's critical evaluation of her work, my curiosity has been piqued. I want to see the rest. Hey, can I take a look at your other pictures? If you want. But I still haven't reached it yet. Don't know how to draw what I want. I'm sure they'll look good anyway. Well, bite her lower lip. Looks troubled. Maybe to you. That's only because you don't understand my vision. You don't know what I want to communicate. But I do. Well, I'll have to take a look and see, I guess. Noah's consent, I begin to flip through the sketchbook. Each page is covered with drawings, either quick sketches or more developed pieces with firmer, more defined lines. All these drawings are amazing. Better than anything I could ever do. But the amount of craftsmanship isn't the only common thing amongst these pieces. It doesn't take me long before I realize it. Stands out almost immediately. Every single drawing in this book, and there must be 100 or so, whether they include background details or not, trees, flowers or moss, it's the same subject matter. There's cute little bunnies. They're all drawings of rabbits. Members before she killed them. Hopefully he's not going to be that route. Rabbits? Oh no, it's picking out those thread at the hem of his sundress. I've been liking them a lot lately. They're cute. I agree, rabbits are cute, but... don't you ever want to draw anything else? Noelle blinks, tipping her head to one side. Why? Well, I don't know. Doesn't it get boring doing the same thing over and over? But it isn't the same thing. It changes all the time. It does? There are different rabbits. They make different poses. There are different locations, different times of the day, and how I feel when I draw them too. It all changes. Always. Each picture is different from the last. No two drawings are the same. I guess that's true, but aren't there other things you want to do? Maybe. Sometimes. But I have to. This is what I need to do, I think. Why? Noelle looks at me for a few moments. I can almost imagine little gears turning inside of her brain, moving slowly as they try to generate the answer she thinks is the most correct. Noelle doesn't say careless things without thinking. She never says anything she doesn't mean. And so, all her words weigh heavily, each with equal importance. If I don't draw the rabbits, then who else will? Huh? It's a strange, enigmatic answer, and one I don't really understand. But if that's too complicated, I just think they're cute. That's all. And I like cute things. They make me happy. And then we're back to skipping again. But we're onto a new section. I wonder if anything happened to do with Mrs. Cicada said, or to do with what Mrs. Cicada said earlier. Maybe it's about a family plan to move. Still hard for me to take in, even now. England. Going to move to England. Situation like that, of course Noelle would feel trapped. Not as though she could ignore her parents. My parents say goes. She's too young to disobey. This isn't something I know too well myself after arguing with my mother about moving. Still, England. That's so far away. If I were in Noelle's position, it would all feel so hopeless. It would feel hopeless. And I'd feel scared. Or I would be scared. I wonder if Noelle is scared. Or angry. And why she is tearing handfuls of grass out of the ground so forcefully. Till the tips of her fingers and the palms of her hands are stained with green pigmentation and brown soil. Is it an act of defiance? A symbolic stand against her parents? Which will amount to nothing, given they can't see it. I don't know, but I don't want to ask. As Noelle hasn't mentioned herself that she's moving to England, it's clear that she doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe she isn't ready to. Probably doesn't want me to know about it. It'd be better if I let her tell me in her own time. Maybe she feels ready to confide. If I say anything careless, I might just make her feel worse. I don't want it to make her cry. I feel too guilty. I think it's best to remain silent. Remain silent and try to support her without words, by staying at her side. What I can do now is keep being her friend. It's the least I can do after abandoning her for 2 years. Anyway, skipping forward again. But then, she finally speaks. It's about Amu. Oh? When Noelle says Amu's name, it sounds cold. No trace of warmth in her tone at all. The intensity of Noelle's tone startles me so. I can't stop myself from stuttering. Amu? What about Amu? I know that you're close to her. We're our best friends, after all. You wouldn't spend time with her instead of me. It would be understandable. Don't like the tone of Noel's voice. Even though it's quiet as ever, there's something running underneath it. Something unpleasant. Yeah, that's a feeling we have felt before. At the end of a box cutter. Well, I am friends with Amu, that's true, but I'm also friends with you. I decided to come and see you today, after all. I know. Probably just being silly. It's just... you and Amu been friends ever since you were children. Isn't that right? Well, that is right. Amu has so many good qualities. So bright and cheerful. Always smiling. Always talking. People say she is a fun person to be with. Has a lot of friends. If I was more like Amu, maybe people would like me more. Maybe I would have more friends too. Noelle. If I was more like Amu, I think even my parents would be happier. I don't like them so quiet. Worry about me. But parents don't love Amu. They love you. Noelle nods. They do. But it's painful for them. Painful? Because I am deficient as a person. Or deficient. It's a cruel thing to say, but she says it so simply. Almost as though stating that the sky is blue and the grass is green. There's no room for argument in her tone. I'm a difficult person. I don't speak very often. Sometimes I tell lies, even though I hate liars. Oh, trust me, we know that already. We know that all too well. And I don't make friends easily. I make people worry about me. And they get tired of worrying. And they get tired of me. Noelle, I'm not tired of you. But you stopped talking to me. Past 2 years you didn't send me any letters. Even though you sent them to Amu. Mo looks at me. Gaze is pointed, pinning me in place. Can't even twitch my fingertips. Think I might have forgotten how to breathe. Noelle is right. I did abandon her. The last 2 years I ignored her completely. But that wasn't her fault. Wasn't because of anything she did. It certainly wasn't because I was sick of her. But feebly protesting that inside my head is no good. Words won't reach anybody in there. So I thought maybe you were tired of me. Maybe you found my presence annoying. But you didn't know how to say it. Maybe you were too kind to tell me. You're very kind, Akchan. At least that's what I think. No, I wasn't tired. And then I thought, maybe you were glad that you're moving. You were glad to get away from me. So I wasn't being a burden anymore. Although that made me sad, at the same time I tried to accept it. 'Cause you have your own life. Can't be concerned only with my happiness. It wouldn't be fair. Parents are the only ones I really feel sorry for. Can't simply abandon me. They have to stand by me even when it gets difficult. Even if it makes them sad. And I think that might be inexcusable. I'm an inexcusably selfish girl. Hear the sound of the cicadas. The forest is filled with chirping. All around us there are insects hidden from the sight, listening to us, listening to the sad, painful monologue, coming from a person far more self-conscious, far more self-loathing than I ever imagined. Even though I always worry about the worst possible scenario, maybe I don't have that much of an imagination after all. I certainly never expected this. It's true Noelle has been a quiet person with few friends, but Thought she didn't mind. Thought she liked it that way. Maybe I was wrong. Nobody likes to be alone. Wants to be a brighter, more confident person, just like Amu. Not necessarily for her own sake, but for the sake of others. So she won't have to worry about burdening them. I didn't know. I had no idea she felt that way. There are so many things about Noelle that I don't know. So many things that she hasn't told me. I wonder, is it lonely being that trapped inside your own head? Feeling as though you can't share your real thoughts with anyone? I bet it was lonely. Lonelier than I can imagine. Say nothing and just hug her. At this point, there really are no words. Nothing I can say. Nothing I can even think of saying. Instead, I reach out and gently, though handling a fragile doll, hold her in my arms. Under normal circumstances, I'd feel embarrassed for being so forward. Never really hugged a girl like this before. It is true that I hugged Amu a few times when we were kids, but those interactions may more accurately be described as a hyperactive Amu pouncing on me, rather than a mutual hug. I was never the one who initiated those embraces, and Amu grew out of it when she got older. This kind of embrace feels completely different. Not something I'm used to. And yet, even though my heart is beating just a little too fast, my face has gone a light shade of pink, I don't care. How I feel right now shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. I want to show Noelle just how much she means to me. This is the only way I can think of doing it. The only way I know how to apologize without the message being misunderstood. Noelle and I don't talk that much anyway. We are not natural conversationalists. I think I can get along with others a little better than she can, owing it to the fact that I've been friends with Amu for so long. But at heart, I get nervous when I have to interact with other humans. I'm always worrying. Will I look foolish? Can I get my point across properly? Am I even representing the truth of what really happened? And worst of all, am I just being a bore? Good, using language is difficult. Different people will take away different meanings from the exact same accounts. Can't rely on it all. Want to show Noelle how much I care about her. Think that this is the only way. Between awkward people like us who don't like to talk, maybe it's the only way. So, even though it feels kind of strange, it's not awkward or embarrassing. If it's between us, I think it's completely natural. Chan. Noelle sniffles a little, voice breaky. Continue to hold her, cheeks flushed. Owing to the slight height difference between us, my nose is pressed against her forehead. Can't rest my chin on the top of her head, like a scene from a romantic girl's manga. Not tall enough. But at least I can do this. And this, whatever this is, might just be enough. Chan, you don't dislike me? No, I never disliked you. Not ever. I was just awkward and I didn't want to hurt you. Good. I'm so glad. Noelle sniffles. Body shakes. I waited for you. Every day. I waited. Noelle? I just wanted a letter. Just one. A sign. Any sign that you still remembered me. Still you cared about me. But no matter how long I waited, it never happened. Never got any letter. Even as the days, then weeks, then months went by, if I knew it, a whole year had passed. A whole year and still heard nothing. Even so, I still sent Amu letters. He sent her them and She was so happy. Talked to everybody about how you were, what you were doing, acting as though she knew everything. Acting as though she was your confidant, your real friend. During that time, you seemed so bright. She was always smiling, always. Made me feel sick to look at her. I felt guilty for thinking such a cool thing. Everybody gravitated towards her. Everybody loved her. But I've always been alone. I was so alone and nobody tried to talk to me. Not even you. But I thought maybe that made sense. Maybe it made sense. Moo's so much better than me. She's confident and bold and good at sports. She always smiles. She has so many friends. So, obviously, if you had to pick between her and me, I thought you'd choose her. I thought that for sure. It was scary. I was scared that you never liked me. That you'd always liked to move more. And I thought our whole relationship was a lie. Will's voice breaks, falters, fading away into nothingness. Soon is replaced by a more heartbreaking sound. A sound of sobbing. Noelle. I draw her even more tightly to my chest, as though this simple hug can take all her pain away. I know it can't. I know that that's just wishful thinking. But I still want to try. I want her to know just how much she means to me. Can't communicate it with words, but maybe the warmth of my body is enough. I hope it's enough. Shit's starting to get damp. Raise her head against my chest, fingers clutching at the fabric of my jacket. I rest my chin on top of my head. It's funny. This gentle, caring embrace. Can't hear anything else. Just the sound of my heartbeats. Noelle's tears. Nothing else matters anymore. Not even the low, mournful cries of the cicadas. Man, I feel like everybody needs a fucking hug after this visual novel. So, what do you say, Ak-chan? Do you want to come? Do you? It'll be really fun, I promise, just like old times. I can hear Moo's voice take over the other end of the line. So filled with enthusiasm, I have to hold the phone a little away from my ear, lest I get deafened. Moo's voice sounds strange, so she's speaking to me from underwater. The old static buzz doesn't diminish the cheery tone of Moo's voice, however. I can tell just standing here in the hallway how excited she is. That's why I feel guilty about turning it down. Oh. No, tomorrow will be my last day here, but momentarily my mind keeps going back to that image of Noelle. Delicate, ethereal Noelle dressed entirely in white, standing in the forest, the wind playing through her hair. Her light blue eyes shining, cheeks wet with tears. I'm sorry, Moo. I don't think I can do tomorrow. So for once we're not actually going to go bug catching. Yay, that means I won't have to dress up in a dress. I'm busy. This disappointment is palpable, even over the phone. Eh? But why not? It's your last day here. Not fair if you just blow me off like that. I mean, I've been blowing Noelle off this pretty much the entire game, so... And I've been hanging out with you a lot, so... I know. Not trying to pick favorites or anything, it's just... Moo cuts me off before I can finish. This is about Noelle, isn't it? Well, kind of. It's just... I saw her today and... well... wasn't feeling too good? Yeah. That's right. She, I think she's been feeling not too good for a while, from what I've gathered. Moo clicks her tongue against the roof of her mouth. Takes her a while to reply, usual for her. Yeah, I think that might make sense. No, hasn't been looking too happy for a while, I suppose. Not too happy? like, quiet. I mean, she's always quiet, but she never says anything to anyone nowadays. And this painting she's been working on in our class, it's a little weird. Huh? This is the first I've heard about any painting. Weird? Yeah, can't really describe it. Don't know much about art, but it's not very happy. Huh. I wonder what this painting could look like. Oh, we know that it's definitely weird and very dark and foreboding to look at. I mean, if I realized Noah wasn't happy, it's clear there must be something wrong. I am kind of thick-headed after all. You're not thick-headed. You just like to have fun. I suppose. Counseling others isn't one of my super strong points, you know. I can never be a therapist. Yeah, you're the kind of person I would shout, just deal with it, and hit them over the head, right? Hey, I may be a straight-talking kind of gal, but I'm not a brute. I mean, the way you treated poor Akchan, I would think otherwise. When did I ever hit anybody? You hit me all the time. You don't count, Akchan. I've known you since, like, forever. But, I see how it is. If you think Noelle needs you more, then you're probably right. And I suck at being tactful. If I hang around you two, I just get in the way. You don't mind? Really? Nah, I can deal. I'm a strong, independent woman, you know. Okay, so you're not gonna go on a murderous rampage? 'Cause, I mean, on the possible routes, you're the only one that hasn't attempted to kill me yet, so, I mean, we still got this ending and 2 others for you to potentially come and kill me, so... Anyway, I can definitely attest to the strong part. Thank you. Mookie was at the other end of the line. I can imagine her now, bowing into an invisible audience. She can be kind of cute sometimes, in a frightening and chaotic kind of way. But, I at least want to see you off at the station, okay? It'd be far too mean if you went out on a date with Noelle and cut me out of the picture completely. Hey, it's not a date. I don't care what it is. A girl can turn into a vengeful ghost and haunt you for 50 years for being abandoned like that, you know. Okay. I don't think I could put up with you following me for 50 years. Of course you can come and see me off at the station. Well, I should think any guy with all his brain cells should welcome the possibility of being stalked by a cute and ravishing beauty like me. But I guess some people don't see it that way. If you start to stalk me, I wouldn't thank you for it. That's what you're getting at. Jeez, some people have no gratitude. Anyways, I'll see you at the station later tomorrow. Is that okay, Akchan? Yeah, it's fine. I'll look forward to it. I mean, Pause, my voice trailing off. I wonder what to say. She'll make fun of me if I'm too sincere, won't she? But I don't like being flippant either. I don't want you to curse me. Yeah, please don't curse me again, Amu. We don't need any more cursages. No way. Being honest with Amu would be far too embarrassing. She wouldn't take me at all seriously. At least he isn't here to punch me through the phone. I'm not the smartest person in the world. Test results would, well, attest to that. But I'm not completely stupid. I had to see you anyway. If I don't, you'll curse me, right? That's right. I am a magical girl after all. But I thought magical girls were all about love and justice and saving the world. Well, I'll be my own kind of magical girl. I'm more interested in my own brand of justice than anything else. And your justice dictates that stalking is totally okay? If it's stalking you, Akchan, a cold chill creeps down my spine. This can't bode well. Alrighty, have fun on your date with Noelle. sure to tell me all the juicy details when we meet up, okay? There aren't going to be any juicy details. I already told you, it isn't a date. Good night, Achan. Sweet dreams. With that, she hangs up on me. Hear a click on the other end and the line, then the phone goes dead. I stare at the phone, my fingers gripping it tightly. I know my face is red. Stupid Amu. Look at my plate dubiously. Enough rice on there to sink a battleship. Grandmother doesn't really think I can eat all that, does she? Yep, now dear. It's your last day and I need to feed you up as much as possible. Evidently she does. Rice isn't even the only part of the meal. Pickled vegetables and broiled fish too. Even for my grandmother, who often prepares large meals, this seems a little bit excessive. Once more, I have to wonder if this is a practical joke orchestrated by my mother. Did she tell my grandmother my appetite is this big, just to get revenge on me for ruining her gardeners? I'm sorry, Mother, it was an accident. I didn't mean to worry them too much. I thought I was helping. Really seriously thought I was helping. I didn't do anything to deserve this. Thank you very much. I appreciate the sentiment, but aren't you going to have any too? Me? Oh no, I'm far too old to eat something so heartily in the mornings. I'll give my stomach problems. I made this all for you, dear. All for me? Yes, all for you. Who else would it be for? A cat next door? Grandmother's amicable laugh makes my insides churn. I don't want to force this much food into my body, I'll explode. My grandmother did make all this for me. Can't imagine how long it must have taken. Don't have any choice, do I? Resigned to my fate, I start to eat. You better do what Chio wants, lad. She can be scary sometimes. Scary? Yes, and she has been working hard on this meal for you. She said it would be a breakfast to remember, that you wouldn't forget it in a hurry. Well, I'm sure I remember it alright. Though maybe not in the way my grandmother wants me to. A crude look on my grandfather's face confirms my earlier worries. Nothing I can do. I just have to do my best. Thanks for the food. At least they won't let me go hungry. And aren't trying to poison me. Be quiet, stomach. Please be quiet. Come on, cut that out. It's embarrassing. I sigh, my head hanging in humiliation. I walk down a familiar path that leads to nowhere, so my stomach keeps making these strange noises. It almost sounds as though I've had some kind of little monster living inside my body. Oh, did Grandma actually poison us? I think we've been killed enough of times as is. Right, if I start walking, I'll fall over, crush under the weight of my own insides, and I won't be able to get back up again. Hopefully, I'm not going to shit myself while I'm there, and that's going to be a great going to leave a great impression on Noelle here. Finally, I reached Noelle's home. She's already standing outside, waiting for me, right next to the sign that says, "For sale." It's a pleasant day, not too warm and not too hot. Sunlight beats down gently overhead, making Noelle's silver hair shimmer. Skin looks a lot heavier lit up by the sun like that. Smiles when she sees me and gives me a small wave. Hello, Achan. Hey, I hope I didn't keep you waiting. No, it's no problem. I enjoy it. You enjoy waiting? Yes, I'm waiting for something special. Makes the time go by slowly. So it makes you appreciate the little things more. The way the grass moves in the wind, the interesting clouds in the sky, feeling all the sunshine against your face, the little things to be appreciated. I see. I understand what she means, but I think I'm too anxious to enjoy standing around idly, not doing anything. I'd get restless. Wish I could think like that. Maybe I'd worry less then. Clearing one's mind can be useful. It is best done outside. Inside the air feels too oppressive. Outside it is cleaner. Maybe in the countryside, but not in the city. There are too many people? Far too many. That's not counting the cars. That's a shame. Two of us stand for a while, enjoying the weather. Unable to remain comfortable in this position, though. I can still feel the breakfast I had earlier curdling at the bottom of my stomach. Just thinking about it makes me feel ill. Do you want to head off? I feel like I could do with some exercise. Noel offers me a small, rare smile. Yes, less. Words can't describe how relieved I am to see her smiling like that. I was worried after our conversation yesterday she wouldn't be feeling very well. I can still see it now at the back of my mind. His light blue eyes filled with tears, sticking her eyelashes together in clumps and trickling down her cheeks. Body trembled back then, almost as though it was going to fall apart. I hope she's feeling better. If she isn't, then at least this trip will do her some good. I have a few ideas about where I want to go. Akchan? His voice draws me out of my worries. Looking up at me, no closer than she was before. Pale fingers tug at my sleeve, large blue eyes fixed upon me. Since I didn't expect her to be so close, I start in surprise when I see her. What is it? Well, Moo phoned my house yesterday. For all the things Noel could have said, I didn't expect that. Moo did? But why? She sounded very excited. Said a lot of strange things I don't remember. She was talking very fast, so it was hard to understand her. That sounds like a Moo, right? And she also said, congratulations? Huh? Why was she congratulating you? I was confused too. I was confused. I thought that was something people say when you learn you're going to have a baby. But I'm not going to have a baby. Not to my knowledge. Well, that'd be pretty unlikely. Indeed. If I'd done anything that would result in giving birth, I don't remember it at all. I think that'd be something you remember, though. I think so too. But there are certain types of mushrooms which, when ingested, could cause amnesia, such as amnesia muscaria. That's a pretty grim suggestion, you know. I know, it's very unlikely. Mere possibility. Yet, if that were true, why would a Moo know about it? I know Moo can be annoying sometimes, but I don't think she's in on any nefarious schemes to poison you with dangerous mushrooms. That's what I thought. So it was very odd. But then a Moo said something else. What else did a Moo say? Now do I even want to know? Good 99% of everything she says is nonsense. Still, I think it'd be in my best interest to know what a Moo has been trying to indoctrinate Noel with. That way I can do my best to try and reduce the damages. She said congratulations on going on a date with Akchan? Sure to do me proud? That's what she said. My face was red before, it's even redder now. Just like the cap of the amanita, whatever mushroom Noel was talking about. Why would Amu phone Noelle to say something like that? I already told her it wasn't a date. Why does she have to poke her nose into things that don't concern her? Bet she did it on purpose, just so Noelle and I would have this awkward conversation. Always for her own amusement. Maybe this is what Amu meant when she said, "Tell me if anything interesting happened yesterday." Akchan, your face is red. Is it now? I didn't realize. Yes, it is, and it's gone even redder. I had no idea. Akchan, I am curious. Is this a date? Noelle's eyes are curious, all encapsulating. Questioning tone of her voice doesn't leave me any room to escape. No way I can dodge the question. What should I say? Isn't a date? Face still red, I shake my head. No, it isn't a date. Why not? No one looks at me curiously, head tilted to one side. Eyes really are large and very pale. Well, Amu says a lot of strange things, you know. Can't always trust her. What do you mean? A grimace, recalling various painful memories from certain points in time. Once when I was 5, she told me Sam was made of peanut brittle. And you believed her? I was a very pure and trusting child. And anyway, I like people who are going on dates. Only people who are going out on dates, you know. Sorry, just brain suddenly decided it had to reboot. We are going out. Going out right now. I guess I can see the logic in that, but we're not romantic though, you know. We aren't together. We're just friends. Huh. How convoluted. Will frowns. Seems like she's in deep thought, though I have no idea about what or why. It's always hard to tell with her. Then, that's fine. Must have misunderstood. But why did Amu think we were dating when we are not? 'Cause she's just messing around. Don't take it too seriously. I see. I'll try not to. It's just, Noelle sighs. Thought Amu might be more knowledgeable about the subject than I am. And why is that? I don't think you should take Amu as an authority on anything. She'd be a terrible teacher. But Amu has more friends than I do. She is always surrounded by people. She understands social conventions, so... Noelle breaks off, fingers touching on a loose thread at the hem of the dress. Pick, pick, pick. I thought maybe this was supposed to be a date, but I was too dense to realize it. I was worried that maybe I had the wrong idea, 'cause I'm ignorant and naive. Maybe I looked foolish. I've never been asked out on a date before, so I wouldn't know. One looks down at the floor, eyes downcast. She is surprisingly gloomy. Don't know how to respond, other than to laugh awkwardly. I've never been on a date either, you know. I know, so maybe this is for the best. Perhaps it would be a disaster if two people unaccustomed to dates attempted to go on one. Dates may prove to be very dangerous things. That might be true. I wouldn't know what to do. Me either. So we can remain friends instead. That sounds far less complicated. Yeah, I agree. Friends. Friends. Return Noel's smile with one of my own. Noelle and I walk into town together, side by side. Conversation is idle and meandering, but going nowhere in particular. Simply flows with no real course, like a river. Kind of amazing that I've been able to reconnect with Noelle like this, after I haven't seen her for 2 years. Came so close to destroying this relationship too, with my own hands. All because I was stupid. I was self-centered and selfish, and didn't realize just how important she was to me. Having her beside me, smelling gently, is a comfort. This is how it should be. We should be together like this, I think. It just feels right. And yet, at the same time, can't help but feel just a little bit anxious. Maybe it was selfish of me to ditch Moo in favor of Noelle. Isn't Moo supposed to be my friend too? No is supposed to be about it. Moo is my friend. My childhood friend. She really is close to me, but Moo will be fine, won't she? She is headstrong and confident, able to overcome any disappointment with ease, like a dog shaking the water off its fur, though it may not be a flattering comparison. Moo doesn't brood over things so long. She says being sad is pointless, waste of time. Why be sad when you can be happy? So I shouldn't worry. I'll try not to worry. I don't think I was looking down on her if I did. So I won't do it. I have faith in her. I trust her. Yeah, me on the other hand, I don't. I get the bad feeling that she's gonna be my next killer. But maybe it's because of my mounting anxiety, but for some reason, something doesn't seem quite right. Even though it's such a pleasant day, can't quite shake the vague feeling that something's wrong. Feels as though I'm being watched. Uh-oh. So I hit the bag right in the money? Or got the money shot? That Moo is actually gonna kill us? Oh god. Almost as though we're not alone. Ah, we're almost there. Yeah, I guess we are. Well, hadn't pointed it out to me, tugging gently on my sleeve, I may not have noticed. Caught up in my worries, my feet carried me along the road automatically, as if on autopilot, almost as though I was sleepwalking. Somehow, without my realization, Noelle and I had arrived at the familiar sign by the side of the road, welcoming us to our destination. A comfortable feeling curdling in the pit of my stomach still doesn't stop. Hey, are you alright? Make her no worry. I don't want to make her worry. Need to try and get it together. This might be the last time I see her. We're supposed to have fun. I don't want to ruin everything. I'm sorry, I was just spacing out. Must be because it's hot. You have heat stroke? No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. Will frowns, biting her lower lip. Are you sure? We could go to the pharmacy if you want. Maybe we could buy you some sunscreen? Or a hat? She's starting to sound like her mother. The two look dissimilar at a glance. They're alike in their own way. I tend to smile. I didn't think a person who refused to eat breakfast would care about wearing sunscreen. I don't. I never wear it. And why did you suggest it? Because I don't care very much about myself, but I do care about you. I don't want you to get sick. My face starts to turn a light pink. This has nothing to do with the weather. That's kind of you, really, but I'm fine. Your face is red. That's nothing. It will go away by itself in a while. Don't worry about me so much. Rather, you should worry more about you. Noelle frowns. Why? Was that a threat? No. Then you had a premonition? Maybe. Perhaps I'm just being paranoid, but that isn't what I meant either. I just mean I care about you too. You're really important to me, so, you don't need to think about me. I just wish you would think about yourself more. I want you to be able to take care of yourself. I don't need to. Why not? Small smile lights up on her face like a candle. Eyes behind her back, Noelle peers at me from beneath her lashes. Expression makes my heart skip a beat, and as do the following words that fall from her lips. Because, have you, silly? Oh, so sweet. So Noelle and I find ourselves here, this old, slightly run-down antique shop. The air is musty and stagnant, so it's been sealed up inside here for years. Maybe it has. All the times I've been here, I've never seen the windows open, and doors always firmly closed. There's even a note stuck on the door which reads, and then, as usual, gotta click the door closed because Suzumi doesn't want anybody coming in. It was quite remarkable, and that is the most passive-aggressive thing I've ever read. I think it's the smiley face at the end that does it. It's remained there unchanged for the last 3 years, ever since the old shopkeeper left. Storage just as I remembered it, cluttered and crowded, filled to the brim with what appears to be junk arranged in no particular order, at least not one that I could discern. Glass cabinets are filled with wooden chessboards missing several pieces, chunky pieces of jewelry, old silverware, and china plates. There are larger objects of intrigue, or intrigue too. Chairs missing legs and coat stands without any hooks to hang coats, all coated with a fine layer of dust. Always bumpy in places you had to mind your step carefully, lest you trip and fall over headlong into a display case of eyeless dolls with moth-eaten frocks. The carpet is supremely ugly in colour. Dark brown mixed with bright red that repeats it in a strange, testillating pattern that makes my eyes hurt. I can't look at it for too long. Shop has always been a wonder to me. It's just like Aladdin's cave. Aladdin's cave filled with junk and dust, as opposed to any actual riches. I wonder how the store is even able to remain open. Oh, don't worry, we know. Wish I could forget about it, but for all the times I've been here, I've never seen anybody else browsing the shelves. The fact the store has stood here for all these years, even though it's probably a health and safety hazard, might be the closest thing to a miracle I've ever witnessed in real life. On the counter, I see the shopkeeper, only member of staff. She's busy filing her nails, examining them critically with the pursed lips, bringing them right up close to her face to survey them. This might be a necessary gesture, since the lights in the place are always turned down so low. I think she might be a relative of one of the girls in my class, but I can't remember which one. Oh, we remember which one. We've met her countless times already. I've been threatened by Suzumi just as many times. When Noelle and I enter the store, she lifts her head up and gives us a small smile and wave. Whoa, your nails are really long. Hello, you two. Long time no see. Yes, it has been a long time. So long, in fact, I can't even remember this woman's name. After all the time we spent with her, and we just route that we forget her name. Can't help but feel a little guilty about it, even though we never really spoken to one another. Miss the old man who worked here before. What I remember, he was a friendly person, always smiling and cracking jokes. He used to offer sweet bean buns to Noelle and I when we came here during our childhood. I think he even brought Noelle and I Christmas presents one December. This woman, however, took over his job only 2 or 3 months before I moved to the city. Never offered us any sweet buns, and I think she sooner spit on me than buy me a nice pair of mittens. And grins, pointing in my direction with a nail file. Of course, I heard all about you from my little sister. Oh, we know. Just the other night you tried to kill me with a machete. Didn't you leave your lovely village lured by the sights and sounds of the big city? As though she's interrogating me. So I feel guilty, even though moving wasn't my idea in the first place. Why is she grinning at me like that? Well, it's not like I had a choice in the matter. Suppose not. Oh, how hard it is to be a kid. Anyway, go take a look around. Don't you dare leave empty-handed. I need somebody to buy something. Can't remember the last time I had a customer. Then how are you able to keep the store open? Just the side of her nose. As my nosy little friend is confidential. Woman never reveals her secrets. Think she might be joking around, but the fact that she adamantly refuses to tell me makes me quite suspicious. Whatever, it's not like it has anything to do with me. I'm afraid if I ask, she might throw that beaded lamp sitting on the counter at my head. Come on, Ai-chan, let's go look. Right, of course. I'm coming. Two of us move away from the counter, intruding into the dark depths of the store. Kinda makes me feel like an intrepid explorer, searching a vast Egyptian tomb for treasure. Further we venture, the mustier everything smells. You can see motes of dust dancing in the air, barely illuminated by the artificial lighting. Being hemmed in amongst all these display cabinets is making me feel claustrophobic. Or I won't be able to breathe. Don't really know why Noelle likes this place so much. I just find it creepy. Noelle's brought a multitude of odd bits and pieces from the shop over the years. Mostly it's old jewellery that she never wears, but she's also purchased old sets of sepia-tainted photographs, sacks of ancient newspapers, battered wine chimes, and a music box with a jammed lock that doesn't open anymore. Didn't you ever go here without me? No, I didn't. Why not? You love it in here, don't you? It's nice. Like a small planet. Secluded from the rest of the world. Makes me feel at peace. I sure agree with the secluded. But there's no reason why you shouldn't come by yourself, is there? Well, frowns. It wouldn't be the same. How do you mean? I mean, I found this place on a walk with you. Went here for the first time with you. I've only ever been here with you. Going here alone wouldn't feel right. It would violate my memories and spoil the magic. Maybe. I think I understand. Guess it's a sentimental reason, not a practical one. Doesn't take long before something catches Noelle's eye. It's a display cabinet. Noelle is standing in front of it like a small child, eyes wide. Inside the cabinet is arranged with a certain amount of care a group of dolls. Oh no. Are we going down the haunted doll route this time? Oh god. It looks slightly more well kept than some of the other dolls in the store. These dolls have all been fortunate enough to retain both their eyes, and their hair is neatly tied back in ringlets, not a fuzzy mess exploring from the scalp. Outfits, large dresses with drawers and petticoats are well detailed, slightly rumpled. Seen together like that, they look like a group of high school Victorian ladies enjoying a spot of tea. Did you find something you like? Noelle nods. Emotion so slight one wouldn't notice it if they weren't paying keen attention. The dolls? Another nod. Which one in particular? Well looks about the displayed dolls slowly, seriously, as though trying to decide which child to adopt. Finally, after a very long pause, she points towards her favourite. It's a doll sitting at the very left of the row. Skin looks slightly paler than the rest. Light pink blush across her cheeks more subdued. Rather than smiling like her sister, she instead looks worried with her eyes drooping and her mouth curved into a small frown. Her arms fall awkwardly at her sides. Hands are chipped and the thumb of her right hand is missing, but it doesn't turn Noelle. The doll's hair is very pale blonde, tied up in curls. Her skirts are a warm yellow colour, matching the hue of her hair. Her feet are encased in white ankle socks and little black shoes. The doll looks kind of sad, doesn't she? Noelle nods her head. And why do you like her the most? Because she looks sad. That's why? Yes, because she is sad. I need to protect her, I think. What do you mean, protect? I mean, the other dolls look happy. Only this one looks sad. Maybe she's been bullied? I thought they all looked like sisters. And her big sisters are bullying her. Maybe it's because she is missing her thumb. That's discrimination. Sisters might just be trying to cheer her up. No, they're bullying her. How do you know? That's just what people do. That's a kind of depressing viewpoint, isn't it? Well, I mean, if you're bullied for most of your life, or people treat you like shit for the most part, yeah, it kind of becomes your only viewpoint, so. Fortunately, speak from experience. I have to do something to cheer her up. I wanted us to have a fun time together, after all. Fret not, milady. I started to talk in a ridiculously old-fashioned manner. Puffing out my chest, I clenched my hand into a fist and placed my hand upon my breast, trying to look noble. Noelle stares at me in confusion, head tipped to one side. What is it, Akshan? Did you hit your head? It didn't take long for it. Shut down so quickly. Still, even though it's a little embarrassing, I can't back down now. I've been greatly touched by your purity of heart, which worries so dearly for those who other than yourself. Start to feel like a member of the French aristocracy now. On account of your most gracious benevolence, I wish to lavish upon you a gift to reward you for your many virtues. If I were a character in a certain historical girls manga, maybe roses would be blooming behind me by this point. Oh, we've had that happen a few times already. Although this isn't really a historic girls manga, this is, well, and not really a manga, but more anime-like, I guess. Kinda similar. And so, as a token of my respect, I will bequeath upon you a certain amount of gold balloon, so that you may rescue this fair princess from captivity. Of course, if I was a real member of the French aristocracy, this would end with my head being cut off, wouldn't it? What do you mean, Akshan? I can't understand you when you talk weird like that. Huh? You can't? No, not a word. That is a problem, isn't it? Defies the purpose of having a conversation. I mean, I'll buy that doll if you want, since you seem to like it so much. Noelle's eyes grow wide. She looks at me, then at the doll. Me, then the doll. Doll, and back to me. Thank you, Akshan, but it is expensive. I wouldn't want you to spend so much money on me. Expensive? Let me take a look. Examine the doll more thoroughly. Or to be precise, I examine the price tag more thoroughly. When I finally see it... What? My jaws drop open in horror. Surely there's way too many zeros in there. Must have been some kind of mistake. I brought this, it'd clean me right out. Had no man left at all. After I made such a spectacle of myself in front of Noelle, claiming I was going to buy it for her, I can hardly back down now. Well, face set, I walk towards the counter. Noelle follows along behind me. Well now, did you see anything you like? One behind the counter lifts her head from her nails and offers me a smile, but it isn't a pleasant one. Can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something about her expression that seems faintly mocking. I quail a little under the gaze, but remembering the show I put on earlier, I try to gather my nerves. Can't back down now. Yes, actually, we did. Oh? And what was that? One of these dolls in the cabinet down there. The one in the yellow dress that's missing a thumb. Is that so? Yes, it is. Oh, that's nice. And just like that, she directs her attention back to her fingernails, treating me with no more respect than a common garden vegetable. I mean, she'd probably treat a garden vegetable much more better than me. Is she ignoring me? Under normal circumstances, I'd stutter out an apology and then take my leave, not wanting to get into an argument, but now, with Noelle by my side, I feel emboldened. She's relying on me. Told her I would buy that doll, and I can't break my promise. Okay, there's nothing as heroic as that. Just trying to show off. But still, aims are noble. I was interested in buying it, actually. Raises an eyebrow, but still doesn't lift her head. Were you now? Yes, I was. How funny. She continues to file her nails again. She really doesn't care about me at all, does she? How can anybody run a business while being so rude to their customers? I don't get it. It isn't funny. Really am interested in buying it, you know. Raises her head, setting her nail file aside. Look at her face, however, it's mocking. Not taking my request seriously at all. That's cute, but that doll is pretty expensive. Do you think you'll be able to afford it? That pocket money your parents gave you? It is expensive, it's true. I thought maybe you could reduce the price just a little. And why would I do that? Because it's broken? I don't think something broken stock is for such a high price is a very sensible deal. Neither do I, in actual fact. Isn't sensible. But I don't care about making sensible deals. Then, what's the point in owning a shop like this to begin with? How are you going to make any profit? It's rude to ask personal questions, you know. It's my stock and I can do what I want with it. Well, that is true, but... And I'm only interested in selling these items to people who will take good care of them. The other people who are deserving can buy my merchandise. Says this curtly, without any trace of warmth in her voice. Wonder if I've offended her, but I can't think how. What did I do? What did I say? How do they ever know each other? I sigh, shoulders plumping. Guess on a formidable opponent like this, reason doesn't work at all. Can I really afford to spend so much money on that doll, though? No, I told Noelle I would, but it's so expensive. Fine, you win this round, Suzumi. I won't buy the doll. She was so cute. I'm glad. Wait, it got brought anyway? Look at Noelle, a small smile on my face. Past 5 minutes or so, she's been giggling quietly to herself, holding her doll tightly to her chest. I don't know if I've ever seen her smile so much before. She looks so happy about a new companion, I kind of wish I'd been the one to buy that doll for her after all. So I'm guessing Noelle bought it for herself. However, it really was expensive. Demon Lady refused to budge at all. Wouldn't even knock a single yen off the price of that doll. So pathetically, like a knight wounded in battle, I retreated, trying to cover my shame. However, even though that woman wouldn't give me a discount, she was more than happy to reduce the price when Noelle inquired about it herself. It's not fair. There really is no justice in the world. Well, at least my wallet didn't get harmed in the making of this. Like a certain other friend who likes me to spend whatever little money I have. Well, I suppose I don't mind so much. Just as long as Noel's happy. It's all that matters. No, I did want to show off a little. Action? I turned my head. Those pale fingers are grasping my sleeves, tugging at it gently. What is it? You look a little sad. Sad? Blink, trying to dispel the gloomy expression from my face. I didn't realize I was letting my disappointment show. I'm sorry. It's nothing. I'm just being silly. Did the woman in the store upset you? Maybe a little, but try to flash her a reassuring smile. The warrior looks frightening more than anything, as though something contracted a bad case of lockjaw. I don't mind. I'm tough. It'll take more than that to upset me. Really? Yeah, really. I'm tough. Well, if you're so sure. I was just worried. I used to get upset a lot, so that's completely irrelevant. I'm older now, you know. I don't get so easily scared now. That's a relief. Why is she laughing like that? Sounds kind of creepy. Remember when we were younger? Uh-oh. It wasn't a creepy one, it was a mischievous laugh. I told you the story about the slit-mouthed woman. Oh great, it's this one again. Oh no. Just hearing that name sends shivers down my spine. Feels like the dark days of my childhood are coming back to haunt me. The story of the slit-mouthed woman is an urban legend I heard from Noelle. Apparently it was a pretty well-known story when she had lived in the city. She said the children at her old school talked about it a lot. Never heard of it until she told me. Legend of a woman who wears a surgical mask. Stops young children to ask if they think she's pretty. If the children say no, she kills them. If the child says yes, she takes off the mask to reveal that her mouth has been mutilated, slit from one side to the other in a permanent smile. Of course that story frightened me. It would have frightened anyone. That's not unusual at all. So you say. But then, a week later, when Mrs. Takibana caught a cold, soon after Noelle told me that story, our teacher, Mrs. Takibana, got sick. When she entered our classroom wearing the surgical mask, I think I might have screamed. Face turned bright red at this unwelcome memory. Hey, it was an easy mistake to make. I was just a kid. I pouted indignantly. Unspoiled as Noelle giggles at my childhood trauma. At least she's having fun. Two of us walked together companionably, moving through the rabbit warren of streets that compromises this jumbled section of the town. More than ever, I marvel at how that store is able to stay in business. Locked in such an out-of-the-way place, hit off. I would say in business is located. God, I don't know why my brain is malfunctioning today. It's located in such an out-of-the-way place, split off the rest of the shops, and the owner is so condescendingly, unapologetically rude. How is she able to make enough money to survive? Yes, trust me, you don't want to know. Must be something shady. Oh, trust me, it's something shady, alright. I'm sure that woman is like that is involved in all kinds of creepy things. About this and that and even that. Oh, yeah, just about right. Suddenly get scared myself just thinking about what it could be. Cold chill starts to creep up my spine, making me shudder. Actually, now that I start to focus on it, well, it was nice while it lasted. Strange feeling has been gnawing at me for a while now, ever since I arrived at this town. It's an unpleasant, uncomfortable sensation, so a large spider is slowly crawling up my back. My skin prickles. Feels as though somebody is watching me. Watching us. Right now, if I strain my ears, I swear I can hear an extra footstep fall out of time with Noelle and I. Thought I sent somebody earlier, didn't I? Time I shook it off, telling myself it was just my mind playing tricks on me, but now that I started to focus on this feeling, which I was trying so hard to ignore, it really is starting to feel creepy. Almost claustrophobic. So silent here. Can't see any other people. Can't hear any cars. Can't even hear the cicadas. Right here, right now, just Noelle and I. The third invisible person following along behind us. Akchan? Akchan? Huh? I blink, looking up at Noelle in surprise. Got so wrapped up in my warriors I must have spaced out for a few seconds. Akchan, are you alright? I'm okay. I was just thinking. Thinking? I do that sometimes too. You do? Of course I do. Sometimes I wish I didn't. People say it's good for you, like vegetables, but I'm not so sure. So what do you think is worse? Thinking or vegetables? Both are bad. I don't like either. But if you don't like vegetables, you can try to hide them under your plate. I guess that's true. Don't know if Mrs. Cicada would be too keen on that idea, though. But when thinking, it isn't a physical thing, you can't just get rid of it. Even if you don't want your thoughts, they're still there. I think if you do too much thinking, it will make you unhappy. So, isn't it always a good thing? I think I agree with that. Yes, thinking is okay. Overthinking is not. And there is a fine line between the two. I know, I get it. Although, if you feel anxious now, I would understand. Why is that? Because one looks at me. Expression on her face is unreadable, like a Noah mask. Somebody has been following us for quite a while, haven't they? Really catches in my throat. Feels as though an icy hand has been taking hold of my heart, giving it an unpleasant squeeze. Says it so casually, as though it's the most natural thing in the world. Did she know this whole time? So, I wasn't just hearing things. No, I heard it too. Another set of footsteps. I was right. It really is someone following us. For some reason, having my suspicions confirmed doesn't make me feel happier. Most people like being right, but I can't revel in it. I don't get that smug, self-satisfied feeling you get while watching a quiz show. Get a question right about the contestant, but the contestant doesn't. Instead, I just feel even more anxious than before. Instantly, I want to disprove it. You're not playing a trick on me, are you? No, I'm not that imaginative. Then maybe it's a collective delusion? I can't rule out the possibility, but it seems unlikely. And how long has this person been following us? A while. Where's this morning? How was Noelle able to say something so disturbingly casual? Something so disturbing so casually? Doesn't she mind? Isn't she worried? Thought she was supposed to be shy. More resilient than she looks. Far more resilient than I am. She does have that passion for ghost stories, so maybe her reaction isn't so strange after all. Maybe she finds vague threats and undefined and impending doom less imposing than regular human interaction. thud. All of a sudden I can hear it. I can hear it clearly. A noise just from behind my back. There's somebody following me. Standing right behind me. Looking at me. Who is it? Turn around, eyes wide, ready to face the culprit when... Hi. I had a feeling it was going to be you. Okay, where's your weapon and why are you hiding it? Huh? Nice meat. Blue and green. Even though she tries to hide, it's far too late. There's no mistaking that familiar head of bright pink hair. It's a moo. Hey there. Moo smiles awkwardly, giving us a small wave. Unnecessary gesture is pitiable. I was flopping uselessly without any real conviction. It's so rare for a moo to do anything by half measures that her meek, shy appearance takes me by surprise. Moo? Yes? Why are you following us? Well... Moo stares down at the floor, head hanging like a withered flower. I was just in the general area, you know. And then I saw you two and, well... It's just a coincidence, you know. That's all it is, really. Nothing strange about it. But a forcefully specific denial makes everything seem even stranger. That, coupled with a guilty expression, only serves to deepen my suspicions. Were you following us? Me? Follow you? Of course not. Why would I do something like that? I don't know. You're the one who started it. I didn't start anything. I'm just so bored that I would devote my spare time to stalking you. Like I said, I was just in the area and, just so happened to be in the same area as Noelle and I for about 3 hours. Yeah. It's funny how this stuff can happen, isn't it? Hey, don't look at me like that. You're making it sound like I did something bad. I mean, are you gonna do something bad? Following people around like that is bad. Even if it's a cute girl like me? That doesn't change a thing. Thought you were gonna adopt me or something. Oh my. Did I scare you, Ak-chan? No, of course not. I wasn't scared. I'm just annoyed. So you were scared after all. Wish my face wasn't so red. Then my attempts at denial might sound more believable. No, I wasn't. I said I wasn't. Anyway, don't try to change the subject. Being paranoid isn't a crime, but stalking somebody is. You're the one who did something wrong, not me. Moo quails under my accusation, tugging at the hem of her skirt. She looks like a child who'd just been scolded. Good. She deserved to feel guilty. Why was she following me anyway? Was it because she wanted to spy on my date with Noelle? Maybe she was planning to play some kind of prank on us. It sounded like something a Moo would do. But even for her, this is a little too much. Well, and yet, even though I told myself I was going to be mad at her, and even though I have every right to be mad, can't quite bring myself to be. Looking at Moo's anxious expression, eyes darting around as though seeking some kind of escape, face unusually flustered, makes me feel bad. I don't want to upset her, not really. She is one of my best friends. Yeah, a best friend that could be potentially wanting to kill us. Moo, yes? Are you alright? You don't look so good. Oh, are you worried about me, Ak-chan? Moo giggles, but lacks her usual energy. Pulls by in the most depressing way. Like a child a small child tripping over her on stage during school play. Yeah, I'm worried. I can't help but worry. It's words register in my brain with a heavy weight making me blink. I'm sure I've said something like that before. It's because I can't help being worried. Isn't that what friendship is about? I still want to know. Why were you following me? There was no real reason, really. I just, Rhea scratches her cheek with one finger, gaze fixed at an indeterminate point just over my shoulder. So she can't look me in the eye, huh? How suspicious. I just have something I want to tell you, and got worried I wouldn't have the time. Got scared that I wouldn't be able to tell you. That I'd never be able to tell you. Scared? I can't imagine it. Not from a moo. Yeah, just a little. It's something I wanted to say for a while, I guess. Is it something important? Kind of. I think it is, at least. But I don't want to say it here. I don't want to say hear it. Okay, I think that's grammatical error. Don't want to say it here, so if there's not too much trouble, can we go somewhere else? Oh, well, if it's important, then look at Noelle. Been hiding behind my back about my conversation with a moo, completely silent. Kind of odd that she was more comfortable with the idea of being followed by an as of then unknown stranger than being in the company of somebody she's known for 7 years. But that's just Noelle. She can be a strange person sometimes. I feel a little bad cutting our time together short, especially as I know Noelle wanted to be alone with me, but I would feel even worse ignoring a moo during this time of need. Don't think I've ever seen her look so troubled before. Noelle, is it okay if I talk to a moo? Well, I suppose, but I thought we were going on a date. I wince. Some pain of guilt making my chest ache. A date, huh? Did we ever really clarify that? All the places I thought Moo might take me, I certainly didn't expect it to be here. Places so unlike a Moo, so completely at odds with a character, can't help but feel surprised. It's a reasonably large gardening store, popular with horticulture enthusiasts. I used to go here a lot. In the front of the store, they sell various bits and pieces of gardening equipment, like shovels and trowels. Get plenty of tools to kill me with. The back of the store is enclosed in a large greenhouse, where a wide variety of flowers, plants, and herbs are kept in pots, ready to be brought and sold. The area is warm and muggy, made even more oppressive by the large amount of plants that surround us. Flies and mosquitoes hover about, droning and buzzing. Try to slap a few mosquitoes away from my arm, but my reflexes are too slow. The act of self-defense only results in several red hand-shaped marks on my arm. The place is kind of relaxing though. There's so many flowers and plants that it's kind of like being inside of an artificial forest. The air is thick with the smell of vegetation, earth, and something that might be basil, I'm not sure. Mo and I find a secluded place by a display of lilies and primroses, far away from the other customers to talk. We all decided to stay at the front of the store, examining some of the surrounding talkers with mild interest. Although Noelle doesn't get along with strangers, a soft-looking woman with strikingly dark skin approached her. Noticing her interest in the tanukis, engaged her in conversation. Oddly enough, Noelle seemed more than happy to reply to the woman. I think Noelle and the tanukis were cute. She was happy somebody seemed to share her opinion. I would never understand Noelle's notions of cute. You gotta think what the end result would be if she ever asked to design a home. How can somebody so good at drawing and have such strange sensibilities? So, this is an unusual place to have a discussion, isn't it? I suppose. It smiles faintly, but doesn't look very convincing. Silence reigns. This conversation is off to a good start. I didn't know you like flowers, Amu. Like them as much as anybody else, I guess. Pretty. Try to joke around a little. You like pretty things? Of course. I think everybody does, to a certain degree. Pretty things are relaxing. Yeah, that's true. More silence. However, just before it gets awkward again, the mood starts to talk. And anyway, it's kind of quiet back here. Not many people around. Perfect to kill me in this spot then? Which is good. Thought you like people. I do, but there's some things people don't need to hear. Then why didn't we go somewhere more private? Like it'd be embarrassing. Embarrassing? Who smiles and shakes her head? Even I can get embarrassed sometimes, you know. I'm only human. Oh, well, I know that. It's just, maybe it's easy to forget, since I'm always doing my best. Like Badan, you know. Hey, I know you're just a human. I think it's impressive that you try so hard, really. You do? Yeah, I think you're really amazing, Amu. Mu's face turns light pink. Flustered, she turns her head away, fingers reaching up into her hair. Curls a strand of her fluffy pink ponytail around one finger, winding it tighter and tighter. But you shouldn't say something like that. Why not? It's true. I really do think you're amazing. No, I don't know. Don't live inside your head. Don't know how you think. But I'm telling the truth. I don't doubt that you're telling the truth, but you have to be careful. Something like that can get interpreted in a lot of different ways. What do you mean? Pulling her hair from her fingers, Mu lifts her head to look at me. Light pink blush is still visible on her cheeks, but it's starting to fade away now, like makeup that's been worn for too long. Jeez, you really are dense, aren't you? Though she's still stammering, she sounds more composed than before. More self-assured. More serious. Akchan, if you're not serious about your feelings, then you shouldn't complain to me. Or compliment me too much. It's mean. Mean? I wasn't trying to be mean. You look sad, so I wanted to cheer you up. You haven't been acting like your usual self, and I know you're not a bad person, but yeah. Last time somebody said that to me, they got all stabby with their emotions, so Mu sighs. Not a bad person, but being with you makes me feel bad, okay? It upsets me. I don't like being upset. I used to keep smiling all the time. When I'm with you, that becomes a lot harder. I wince, taking a step backwards. I don't mean to. Intensity of Mu's words makes my feet move on my own accord. Back here's the table behind me, making me wince. Display of primroses, pretty little flowers arranged neatly in rows shakes from this sudden disturbance. Pots clinking together. You don't like me? That isn't the problem. I do like you. I like you a lot. You're my best friend. It's just my shoulders start to shake. Eyes look suspiciously wet. Like light green puddles. Are those tears? Moo. Moo, are you? Reach forward, mean to pat her on the shoulder. Offer her a tissue, give her a hug, do something. Anything, I don't know. Anything to stop her from crying. But don't touch me. Please, don't touch me. His voice makes me halt in my tracks, bringing me to the spot. I know the distance between us could be crossed by a single footstep. Never felt so far away from her before. How did this happen? How did I hurt Moo so badly? Thought we were friends. We were childhood friends. Thought our bond would never be broken, no matter what. Is this all my fault? I really like you, you know. I like you a lot. For such a long time now. I don't know how long. I've liked you so much, but... I sniff, I shudder. Moo's eyes are rimmed with red. Even though she's trying to hold back tears through sheer stubbornness, it isn't working. Fall near her eyes, and then spill over, dripping down her cheeks, hot and wet. I like you, but you don't pay attention to me at all. You don't. Don't even seem to think about my feelings. Maybe you don't even realize I have feelings. Even though I was so happy to see you again. Even though I was so excited I couldn't sleep at all the night before you came here. I ended up reading silly romance mangas all night long. And though I felt like that, you didn't notice it at all. You didn't notice, and I spent the whole time with her, talking to her. Even when we were together, she was the only thing you could focus on. It's always ever only about her. Moose wiping her eyes with the sleeves of her blue sweater. Eyes are puffy, red and puffy. Must be sore. I wonder if wiping them was painful. Maybe that's why she's wincing. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to cause her pain. But I can't make myself feel the same way, you know. I can't make myself love you. Witness, head hanging like a broken puppet. I know that. Not a child. No, I can't get what I want all the time by crying and stamping my feet. But it's so unfair. I know. I'm sorry, but you don't have to be sorry, silly. It isn't your fault. There isn't anything you can do about it. Moo, I don't like me, you don't like me. It's all there is to it. Not something you can force. So you don't need to apologize. Not for how you feel. That would just be stupid. Although I can act quite childish, but not that immature, you know. I'm aware of that. I wasn't trying to call you immature. It's good to know you have some faith in me, even though I was such a pain when I was little. I've grown up since then. No, I didn't think you were a pain. Every day was a lot of fun. It really was fun. I had a good time being with you. So I'm a little sad. Frown my lower lip. I frown, my lower lip wobbling. Why is somebody making this sound so final? Best friends, right? Even though this is a little awkward, it shouldn't ruin our friendship, should it? Moo, making it sound like you won't see me again. Well, I do want to see you. Of course I do. But, small but, spoken softly sets me on edge. Naturally I start to worry. Even though I always carry tissues around with me in my pockets, having that started solely so I had something on hand to clean up the various cuts Moo kept getting when she was younger. Don't think they'll do much good now. Though I was always hiding from behind Amu's back when she protected me. In a way, I tried to protect her too. But now, what can I do? I can't see in the same way again. No matter how hard I try. Can't change how I feel. Just like you can't change how you feel. But don't think it's a bad thing. Although this may sound strange, I'm actually glad you told me how you feel straight out. It means I can stop hoping for something impossible. So I can stop trying. Ain't the most difficult thing in the world. Trying so hard to achieve something that will never come true, no matter what you do. Moo giggles. A small, tentative smile curves the corners of her lips upwards. But it isn't as bright as her usual grins. It seems something very warm and gentle about it. Moo. You're alright? I'm alright. Really. Moo smiles at me, eyes wet. Cheeks damp, body trembling. Looks almost like a young child, lost and confused. Not at all like the strong, confident person I know so well. Always cheered me up when I was sad. It protected me from the wild dogs when we went out for walks. Who won me that cute teddy bear at a local festival with a wide smile on her face? What was the bear's name again? Going to Moo, it was something overly literal. Something like Ted or Teddy. I used to keep that bear in my room, on a shelf by my bed. It was a dear possession of mine. But when I moved to the city, I lost it. I don't know where. I can't remember. Moo was right. She's only human. Even the strongest person can be upset. Can despair. Can cry. I wonder how many times she's been sad or scared or lonely. And never told me. How many times she has hidden her true feelings behind a wise smile. She is a strong person. Even now, with her red eyes and wet cheeks. No, that isn't it. She isn't strong despite her sadness. She's stronger now because of it. That she was able to tell me how she feels, even though it made her cry. Shows just how courageous she really is. Though her smile is small, it sparkles like a precious jewel. Moo's smile. Moo always shone. I could only watch her in awe, wishing I could do the same. Wishing I could be like her. Maybe that's why I couldn't bring myself to return her feelings. Because I look up to her far too much. And so a wide gulf has opened up between us, from my own childhood insecurities. I could never see myself as her equal, or thought I was inferior. And so I decided that I had no right to love her. But now the distance between us was far too big. Chan, thank you. With a small smile, Moo walks forwards. Gently, very gently, presses her lips against mine. A goodbye kiss? Hear my heart pounding. It feels so loud, so insistent. I'm surprised it hasn't burst out of my chest already. I never been kissed before. Even though I don't feel the same way about Moo. Even though she is just a friend. Even though I was supposed to be going out with Noelle, this is still my first kiss. Is that really okay? Is it? I don't know. I can't think. Slowly my eyelids fall shut. Everything goes black. All I can feel is the sensation of Moo's lips against mine. It's soft and gentle and sweet. It makes me feel lightheaded. Moo. Only inside my head, I say the words I wish I could say out loud, but don't know how to. I hope, even if she can't hear it, you can still understand. I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt you. I never wanted to hurt you. Sorry, such an idiot. But even though I don't love you, I would like it if we can still be friends. Always wanted to be your friend. In a way, maybe it makes sense that my first kid should be with a moo. So many of my first experiences have been with her, after all. Moo was the first friend I ever made at school, first friend I had a sleepover with, first friend I went to a festival with. She is also, embarrassingly enough, the first girl who gave me chocolates on Valentine's Day. Though she told me very sternly it was only obligation chocolate. Filled with... she even mixed one deadly chocolate in there, filled with chili powder. Since she was 5, Amelia had given me chocolate every single Valentine's Day, but she remains firm on her assertions that it isn't because she likes me. Now I have to wonder, does it make sense that she's the person I should have my first kiss with too? Feels really natural. After all, she is my childhood friend. She really does mean so much to me. I wish I had never hurt her so much. If only I had realized how much pain she was in earlier. Maybe I could have made a difference. Maybe this could have been avoided. But there's no sense in thinking, what if? I can't undo the past. Maybe you can't, but I can. Man. Goodbye kiss. Man, that was a sad one. Very bittersweet, but sad. At least it didn't end in the way that I thought it was going to end, but... yeah. Yeah, having feelings for somebody is definitely a very fickle thing. And very complicated. Especially at that age as well, but... yeah. It can definitely be rough if that person doesn't feel the same way as you do, and then, yes, even worse so if you're, like, friends and everything, but... yeah, that's just the way of life. But yeah, we still got 2 more endings, so we'll go into those ones next.